I remember what side of the road you're fucking driving on. It's the other one. That's the clue. Oh no, wait, it's this one.
You're a fucking agent. Calculating route.
No, that's totally not it, right?
That's Austria.
Wrong country.
Type in Lichtenstein. Just say Lichtenstein. You know how to spell it?
Yeah, it's spelled E-A-T-A-D-I-C-K.
Y-O-U-C-U-N-T. First exit on the roundabout, yeah?
Yeah. And then there's a fucking a left turn onto a sort of an on-ramp.
First exit, this exit here, yeah?
Yeah.
And then onto this on-ramp here.
Yeah.
This one.
Looks like it, yeah. Where are you going? Oh, no.
To the on-ramp.
No, I fucked it up.
Don't.
We fucked it up already. Oh no. Howdy folks, this is your voiceover speaking. I'm just going to take advantage of the boring motorway to just talk through what I'm going to do with some of these videos. So if you're just catching up now, this is the first day of our European trip. So we're basically flying our bikes out to Memmingen in Germany with overlanders.ie, and then we're going to just ride around and see what the story is. So this is day one. We are heading down to Lichtenstein for no good reason apart from we get to say we stayed in Lichtenstein one time. It was a pretty, straight-ish motorway run. We got into the airport at around 4 or 5, and we actually just got the bikes out of storage, which is right by the airport, and we just got on the motorway and blasted down to wherever we were going to. So this is not a terribly interesting day, to be honest. I can get onto some of the stuff to do with Liechtenstein later on, but for the moment I'm just going to continue on and see how we do. Yeah, bollocks. We're off the motorway anyway. Thanks be to Jay's, sure. It's pretty easy riding so far, like in the towns. It's all fairly reasonably well laid out and there's no fucking stupid roads. I think what's happened is the motorway we're on turns into a Swiss motorway you have to pay to be on, so we're going through towns now. So as part of our research when we were looking at going out into Switzerland and Austria and etc. is a lot of the motorways, or any of the motorways in Switzerland, need a carnet or a carnet or whatever they call it. It's basically a sticker you put on your windscreen. It costs about €25 or 25 francs or some amount like that. And it basically entitles you to go on the motorways for the year, and everyone gets those. So we decided we weren't going to bother. We're just going to stay off the motorways and do that, which saves us a few bob, but also keeps us off motorways, which I have no problem with. I love how I can just sort of fucking piss through town and third, just kind of go burr burr burr.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, it says there's a left turn in 5 kilometres, so I'd say it's just go through the town and then there'll be stuff happening. It's fucking 10 past 6 or 20 past 6, so I'd say that's right busy.
It's going home.
Everyone's going home. Alright, we're on Lichtensteiners Strasse. And we'll get out of this town and then we'll swing onto something. Might be another motorway, not sure. I only have the GPS set to like the town the hotel is in, so once we get there I'll have to fucking fiddle with it again. I looked at the parking on the website and they said like there's a parking experience for supercars and all, where you can park up your supercar and then there's a bar and you can smell your own farts with a load of other lads that own supercars. Off you go. Best of fucking luck to you.
Fucking red light.
Hey!
3.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Look at that.
All them mountains.
Look at all the dam. Let's go up into dam. Oh, there's me Grindle Garage. That sounds like a mad name for a fanny or something.
Grindle Garage, yeah? What's your name? Grindle Gee.
Lob it into me Grindle Garage. There's the jet, look at that.
Oh, Jesus, jet. We're going back a few years there. The jet that was in Ireland, yeah.
Fucking just ride straight at the mountains to be all good.
Work was a bit mad on Sundays, isn't it? Like, it's like after 5 o'clock, everything is closed.
Oh, there's nothing open, yeah. I'd be surprised if there better be serving grub in this fucking hotel, or I'm gonna burn the place to the ground.
Going down to the local petrol station. Packs of biscuits.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm looking for your expertise here. How much petrol would you need to torch a hotel? Because I feel like it's a lot, but I'm not sure exactly. I wouldn't be sure. We're heading out to the right here. There's a bit of a weird thing on, and then you head onto the thing.
That could mean that.
Well, just do what I do, unless I crash and die, and then don't do that. Do something else.
At least this petrol station means it's a good thing. It's just somewhere that we be able to get food, at least if everywhere else is fucking close. So I have not eaten since breakfast this morning.
Yeah, I'm the same, so yeah. We'll go in and we'll start
from now.
something else.
Lad, I wouldn't say I'd die. Yeah. If I didn't eat tonight.
But you'd be a bit cranky.
But at the same time, I'd be cranky. I'd be hankry.
Hangry. I know we'd be grand.
But we were not grand. We got to the place in Lichtenstein, and it was a bit of a mad hotel because it seemed to be like a brand new hotel, but there were no staff there. There was just a machine that you got your key card from, and there was a sort of a casino across the road, and it had a restaurant. We asked, do you have a restaurant? And they said yes, and then we came back afterwards and said, can we eat at the restaurant? And they said no, it's closed. So I was like, alright, well fuck yous. So we went down to walked down to the town. It took about 10-15 minutes, and we found like one place that was open. We managed to get a bit of grub, but my impressions of Liechtenstein is like, I guess it's cool that you can say yeah, you stayed in Liechtenstein for the day, but that's about all that was cool about it. It wasn't great. It was expensive, like Switzerland is, and we'll get on to how expensive Switzerland is in future videos. And there's not a lot in there, and you know, I doubt it's catering to the massive tourism industries. There was actually like the hotel had a sort of a, here's a place to park your supercar, a place beside it, and a casino, and there was clearly a lot of money there, but not a great place to be staying. Not cheap. Not a lot to see. It's mainly a thing there between Austria and Switzerland to kind of go through, so wouldn't recommend it. And so that's pretty much all of day one. Just to set things up for future videos, I'm gonna edit these as I can, so I won't necessarily be editing these all at once. So if you have suggestions for stuff you'd like to see, or see more of, or see less of, or anything like that, just drop us a comment and stuff like that. I have a lot of video to get through. It's 360 gigs of video from mostly from the helmet camera, but from other cameras as well. So I'm going to be working through that over the next couple of weeks. It's a lot of hours to sort of sift through and see where the impressive stuff is and the stuff that I wanted to include, and I have some notes about it. But for the most part, I'm just going to be dropping in some of the highlights and giving some advice and that sort of stuff. You know, again, I'm not an expert, but kind of if there's something you want to know, or something you want to see, or something you want to hear about the actual trip, just drop a comment and I'll do that. And so these aren't going to drop all at once. I do have a couple of other videos to drop in the middle of these, but I'm hoping to get through them certainly by the end of the year, just as something to do. So cheers for listening and looking in, and I'll talk to you soon.